Alrighty, welcome back everyone. I was going to shoot an intro for this, but really doesn't need one, so we're going to get right into the tying. This is a super simple cinder worm fly that I was recently showed how to tie, so I want to make this video to show you guys. Got a Mustad 34007 in the vise, and I'm using some Veevus 140 in black for the thread, and the entire fly is made out of dubbing. So I'm going to be using this Wapsi Craw dub. I just really like the colors. I'm using this mud brown today. There's some other colors in here that are really good worm colors. And then I'm just going to try to throw in some Shaggy dub in our dubbing loops here. So it's just kind of basically really small legs. And it just kind of gives, you know, if you've ever seen a cinder worm, they have all the legs on the side, so it kind of replicates that. We're going to go ahead and start our thread right behind the hook eye. And you're going to run that down to just shy of the hook point. Once we get to the hook point, we're going to be making a dubbing loop. So this is going to be a furled loop. So essentially we're going to let the dubbing loop collapse on itself, and that's going to trap all the dubbing in and give us our extended body. We want the tail on this to be like 1.5 inches to 2 inches, so we're going to make about a 3 to 4 inch dubbing loop. So you go ahead and do that. And I said just shy of the hook point because I like to run it back just a little bit to trap in that loop. I'm just going to advance it just a few wraps to get it out of the way. But we're going to be tying this off pretty much at the start of this dubbing loop, so you don't want to run your thread up. This is going to be a really easy if you have one of those long dubbing pliers, whatever they're called, that Loon makes, I think. Because you could lay all your dubbing out, stack all your Shaggy dub in there, and just pick the whole thing up and slide it in. I don't have that, so I'm going to fast forward through this because it takes a while. You just kind of, I'm taking clumps of dubbing, and I have a little pile of Shaggy dub on my desk. I kind of touch it into the pile of Shaggy dub. Whatever legs come up with it, I add to it. They're going to fall out. They're not going to be perfectly on center. We're just going to have to do some trimming after, but definitely easier if you have those pliers. But I'm going to go ahead and build this dubbing loop, and we'll resume from there. So once you get your dubbing loop, just go ahead and twist that up. Make sure it's nice and tight. And what we're going to do here is you're going to kind of grab the midpoint and fold it back, lay it on top of each other, and if you kind of slowly let go, kind of twist a little bit, see it coils up on itself. That gives us our furled loop here, and my thread is way out of the way. Just go ahead and catch that. Not the cleanest tie-in here, but there we go. Snip that free. Alright. Wrap over that extra tight. It was kind of crazy for a second. But you see, there we go. That gives us our tail. Shaggy dub, if you don't stack it up nice on your desk and use the pliers, you're going to end up getting some really long pieces like I have. Just kind of go in here and clean that up after. Or you can leave them long. Whatever you like. Now, all we're going to do for the rest of the fly is just more dubbing, same dubbing, and then we'll finish off with just any black dubbing you have. I use rabbit on the front, but you can use whatever you like. So another dubbing loop, and advance the thread up to where I want to start that head, which is just about here. And I'm actually going to use the rotary function for this one. You can do a dubbing noodle if you want to. You just want to get it done. This certainly isn't a pretty fly, but I'm gonna same steps as before, so I'm gonna fast forward through this again and just build another dubbing loop, same color as our tail with the Shaggy dub again, and we'll pick back up at the head. Alright, a little sparse, but I'm running out of the dubbing here. I'm just noticing that, but this should be fine. Take that, wind it up your body. Sorry, I lost my light there for a second. Just tying in the dubbing loop. And then last step is just throw in a little head. So I'm just using some black rabbit. I mean, you can use anything. Definitely would try to use something that's a little shorter fiber. If you use something that's longer, it'll kind of bleed back into the body. You just want this to be just kind of a built up head. A little more than that. Should be plenty. There you go. Put a whip finish. And there's the fly. Super easy, super simple cinder worm. Like I said, you can go back if you got long legs. Go and trim them up a little bit so they're less, they stick out more. And yeah, time up a bunch of colors. Super easy, super simple. Thanks for watching.